Hey, listen, what's good, people? It's your boy Rhino. Welcome back to MGTV. We are alive and alive. Listen, apologies, people, man. It's my fault that we're late. I know I set the stream to 1:45, but I was rushing back from studio, just to be on time for you guys, But listen, we got a lot to talk about, man. I got more people joining the panel. For now, we've got my guy Bath Time representing Manchester United. We've got Magpies representing Newcastle, as it says. Listen, we've got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna just do like a little warm up. We'll talk about a few, how everyone's feeling and whatnot, while we wait for a few more people to come in. And yeah, man, let's get it, man. Listen, whoever's in the chat right now, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave a like on the video, and it'll be muchly appreciated. Bath time, man. How you feeling, man?
Pretty drunk, to be honest. Like Friday night, so red wine and FIFA. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
feeling good. How are you? Like everyone
I'm
always
not too
asks how
bad.
I am. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, not too bad, man, except for rushing back from studio and, just trying to balance so many things in one day. There's not enough hours in the day, man. So that's how I feel. But I'm all right, man. I can't complain, man. Can't complain. What about you, Magpies, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. There wasn't a lot to do today, so I was just looking forward to this podcast.
I love the contrast between there's not enough hours in the day and I didn't have a lot to do today.
How you feeling about Newcastle? Give me 1 second. Talk about Newcastle for a sec. Give me 2 seconds.
Yep.
Go on, Magpies. Go on.
Yeah. Overall, Newcastle. As a Newcastle fan, I'm very proud of where we came from. Like some years ago, no one even knew who Newcastle was. Like, I think at one point the club was handing season tickets for free. So it's nice that the Saudis have turned us into a Champions League team. It's just amazing. It just
Yep.
feels crazy. It
That's
shows what you can do if the right people come to your club.
exactly, and that's what we're going to talk about. I want to talk about the underdogs of the Premier League, because a lot of teams are strengthening this transfer window, and you've got talks of Arsenal. Obviously, they've got the likes of Declan Rice, they've got Havertz, they've got Timber now in, and apparently they're still looking for more people. And a lot of people are talking about certain teams more than others, but I feel like it's important that we don't forget the likes of Tottenham. As much as they might be unlikely to do what people think they might do, but you never know. They're strengthening their midfield.
No, I
You got
get
the
it.
likes
It's a
of
league.
Brighton. It's a league, isn't it?
It's a league, and we got to like we always talk about competing with Man City and stuff. We only play them twice a season. We've got to play the other 19 teams. Well, it'd be 18.
It's Tottenham.
It's true. It's Tottenham, but same way we have to look out for Brighton. We have to look out for what other team? I think Newcastle Villa as well. Your team,
Aston Villa. Is the one.
Yeah, if we're gonna be talking about Prem teams and that, let's just forget about Tottenham, because Tottenham aren't gonna win a trophy.
No, let's not forget about Tottenham. Like, don't be doing these things. Like, Tottenham have turned into a joke club, but like they've got a proud history and they've got good players. Like, and they've got an interesting manager. I really wouldn't be ruling out of Tottenham messing up both our seasons. Maybe not qualifying for something, but getting a result in a cup or at home. Like, you walk a fine line when you start laughing at other teams, because we got done 4-0 by Brentford.
I mean, Tottenham are known to bottle things, so this is why no one has expectations for them.
People used to say that we bottled stuff. People used to say that Spain bottled stuff, and then they ended up winning a World Cup and a Euros. All right, bottling is something that you can change pretty easy.
Yep.
Not for Tottenham. Not for Tottenham.
Facts.
I mean, you were talking, Magpies. You were talking about how like no one knows who Newcastle are. And with the greatest respect, everyone knows who Newcastle are. Everyone knows that number 9, and everyone knows that you bottled a league. Like Tottenham, like they might not have been in position, but they never bottled a league as badly as Keegan Asprilla and the lads, like Gavin Peacock.
Yeah, fair enough. You make a
That's
you
good,
make a
man.
fair point, but yeah, it is. I still feel great that no one knew who knew. No one. When I was a Newcastle fan, we were. It was horrible. Newcastle were performing against bad teams badly, and we were in the relegation zone. So
Well, you got
I just,
relegated.
yeah, just like that, the Saudis turned us into a Champions League club. That's definitely what we needed for sure.
I'm not a fan of that, but shout out all my lads in Reader for rebooting Biker Grove. I'm really looking forward to that.
Hey, listen,
I
big
mean,
up
I don't.
Steph as well, by the way, man. Sorry to interrupt you guys. Big up Steph, man. Steph's always showing support, so I want to make sure I get that shout out there.
Yeah, man, I saw Steph earlier. Really good comments.
Yeah, man. Trust me, I appreciate it. And she's saying,
I
will
mean,
Kane escape Levi's Alcatraz? Kane is in prison right now.
not
And
gonna
big up
lie,
Jamie
bro.
as well. Welcome, Jamie, man. Welcome,
Not
my
gonna
bro,
lie,
Mr.
bro.
Innocent.
There's guys who, not gonna lie, bro. There's guys who've been released from murder sentences, and they have more freedom than Kane. There's guys on probation who have more freedom than Kane. It's crazy, man.
Listen,
That's what
that
you
Kane situation is just another whole headache, man. I've moved on from it. I would love Kane at my club, but you know, I've moved on from it, to be honest. We're waiting for one or two more people. I've got Firms representing Arsenal, Ren's representing Chelsea as well. We'll wait for them to come in. Let's go to you, Jamie, man. How are you feeling generally today as a person? How are you feeling, my bro?
I'm good, my brother. I'm good, man.
You
Can't
sound
complain, man. I'm
you
alive.
sound like what time it
I'm
is.
alive.
He's in bed.
Yeah.
Right,
He's
it's 2
alive
a.m.
and
over here.
alive. We're live and alive, man. Trust me. Big up everyone in the chat so far as well.
Yeah,
If you haven't
what's
already,
happening?
please
What's happening,
like a
lads?
video. Yeah, what's happening, lads? What's happening?
Is this my
Listen.
man, Jamie, or a different one?
Same
Nah,
Jamie,
yeah,
man.
it's your guy, man. It's your guy.
What's
Bro,
happening,
why didn't you
Boston?
come back to me on Twitter about Aaron Wan-Bissaka? I had like video proof for you.
Oh no, I didn't see it, bro.
Ah, fair enough.
At
It started.
me, innit? And then I'll check it out.
Well, I just replied to your tweet. Like,
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm bad with Twitter, man. Sorry, man.
No, that's all right. I was interested in what you thought about it. But you've got your boy there. Is that McAllister?
Nah, that's Sobo.
Yeah. Like, what are you expecting from him? Like at Liverpool next season? Like, where's he going to play, and what are you hoping to see?
I'm expecting more than what Henderson offers.
Isn't Henderson a club legend?
He is, but I'm talking about in terms of being an attack-minded midfielder. Someone
Is
who's
that
got a
what you
bit of
think you need?
composure. Yeah, 100%. If you look back, yeah, I can't even think of the stats right now. But we haven't had a goal-scoring midfielder since Coutinho.
Yeah, but you won the league after you sold him.
Yeah,
You didn't win anything with
yeah.
Coutinho.
I
Like,
get
here,
it.
let me, like, Ryan, if you don't mind, can I ask Jamie just
Yeah, go on.
some
No,
basic...
take the floor.
Talk to me, talk
Because
to
we need to warm up
Okay.
while we're waiting for people to come in.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
Take the floor after, man.
All right, mate. So, like in football, we all know there are three stages of play normally in possession. But I'll just tell in case someone's watching and don't know. You have build up, which is in your defensive third, and it involves the goalkeeper. You then have something called progression play, which is in the middle third, and it's about getting tactical units up the pitch and recycling the ball and stuff. And then you have third phase play, which is normally creativity, where you have like 5 guys across the attack in the final third, and it's where you try and score goals. With Henderson and McAllister, where do you think, in those 3 stages of play, Jamie, where do you think he's going to make the biggest impact, and like how?
Who are you talking about in terms of McAllister or
McAllister. Zobo. Like what he's going to offer over Henderson.
I think more progressive and attacking. Both of them actually, but I think McAllister could do it all. He could do the holding. He could do progressive. He could do the build up, and he could do the attacking.
Are you not a bit worried after seeing Kukurea, Bissouma, like other Brighton players move to different systems and
No,
like flop?
no, because we got Jurgen Klopp. I trust him. Even like we've seen it with Robertson, we've seen it with Fabinho. Even if it
Yeah.
takes the players a while to warm up to the system, eventually it clicks for them.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't know how you feel about this, Rhino, but I am a little bit concerned about Liverpool next year, especially Darwin effing Nunez.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a team that we need to watch out for, to be honest, because it's not like, and I'm not even sneak this in Arsenal, because Arsenal have done really great and they've come out of the blue in a sense, even though they were making progress. They've done they've had a season that we didn't expect. Whereas Liverpool have been challenging for a while and they've just had a one drop off. So we can't assume that, they've just
Well, they've had two drop offs, and like
two
I'm
drop
sure
offs.
you're
Yeah, you're right too.
I'm sure you're tired of hearing about this, Jamie, but a lot of it is down to the caffeine. Where like there's a cycle with caffeine that's every 2 years. So I had absolutely no doubts this season that United
Not gonna
would
lie,
get.
I think a lot of Liverpool fans have trust in Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp's one of the best managers in the world. In 2011 and 2012, he made Dortmund win the Bundesliga twice with a young squad, and he carried Dortmund to a UCL final in 2013.
So you had two good seasons, and then what happened in the third season?
They lost. They lost to Bayern. Also, you
They
know
finished
what?
seventh, didn't they?
Oh,
And
They
this
finished
is
sixth.
about this is six, was it? Yeah, this is about the and like I've got no issues with this because there's actually a cookbook from Liverpool about like the meals that the player eats that I have. Like I've covered it up, I've ripped all the Liverpool stuff off it, but big fan of like how athletes live.
also, no, in the 2012-13 season, didn't Dortmund come second? And in the 13-14 season, didn't they come second as well?
Well, the point I'm trying to make is about caffeine cycles, which is that like Liverpool, doping is a strong word, right? But they put a huge amount of caffeine into players. It's not just them. Like Southampton, before they went down, were quite famous for having subs on the 65th minute and getting a lot of refueling in them. But for these reasons, where like Liverpool's cycle is 3 good years or 2 good years, no, 3 good years off season, 3 good years off season, and we're coming in to a prime Liverpool team with a lot of the rebuilding done in the off season, and I'm a bit worried about them next year. They fit like Jimmy. What was your form like last 10 games?
I think we were top of the form table.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's worrying.
yeah, last 11.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we won I want to say 7 or 8 and drew the rest.
Plus, you
Yeah.
also have to remember Jurgen Klopp's the reason why Liverpool's so amazing in the first place. Jurgen's got what it takes. Like I said before, because of him, a young Dortmund squad won 2 Bundesliga titles, and they even beat Madrid 4-0 in the Champions League. But sadly, they lost to Bayern in 2013.
Yeah, I remember that
Yeah,
fun. They lost 2-1.
With people like Jurgen Klopp, you can't write him off. Obviously, we can criticize the fact that, maybe it's kind of his. He didn't expect Liverpool to fall off. He didn't expect the players to kind of, start. But he could have anticipated it. No,
I was gonna say
is
to
that
you,
what
I
you're gonna
could
say,
say,
James? What are you saying?
I was gonna say, FSG not backing him fully, and him having too much faith in players like James Milner and Oxlade-Chamberlain and Naby Keita. All these players didn't even play like over, I think, 600 minutes.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
As long as Liverpool get a striker and a midfielder, Liverpool will be all right. Like Liverpool have a couple of wingers. They have what's he called again? The Portuguese guy. Why did I forget him?
Jota?
Nunes.
Yeah.
Jota.
Or Jota.
Oh, Jota and Diaz. Luis
Yeah.
Diaz. These are like wingers for Liverpool, and they're really good as well. You know what would
Yeah, listen, Diaz coming back is dangerous. He's one of my favorite players. Diaz is
Diaz.
dangerous, man. Diaz.
He only had a good couple of months, didn't he? Like, well, weeks. Like,
I think
didn't see a lot of
potentially,
output.
I don't know. I think potentially, because he's been injured for a while, I think once he gets into the groove of things, I think he will definitely be dangerous.
He
in my
was
opinion.
injured. He came back and he scored more goals than Anthony.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's Anthony, isn't it? Like, I haven't seen a player with that. He doesn't have that, just the level of ball striking ability. It's unbelievable he's a Manchester United player with
Not
that
gonna,
lack of technique.
Yeah.
not gonna lie, not gonna lie. If Liverpool were able to get Kylian Mbappe, Liverpool would pretty much be saved because Liverpool would basically be scary to face. Imagine you're a Prem
I
defender
think
and you
Magpies. I think Liverpool have to focus on their midfield mainly.
Yeah, we need more than
and-
Mbappe, man.
And maybe a backup for their defense as well. But anyway, let me
Yeah.
introduce firms quickly. Renz, I don't know if you guys are active. Firms AFC, Renz Chelsea. We've got the squad in here today as well, so we
Big
can
up
actually
Firms,
start
big
moving
up
with the
Renz.
show. Firms, how you feeling? Renz, how you feeling? We're all just in studio together, by the way. So yeah,
I'm good, man. I'm good, bro. How are you?
yeah, we're good, man. We're good, man. Good over these sides, man.
Hey, well, hold on, what? You hear me properly?
Yeah, we can just about hear you, Renz.
Just about, like, can you hear me clearly now?
No, it's decent. It's decent.
Because
Yeah.
I'm on the bus right now. But yeah, it's good. Yeah, man. Listen, right now, I'm feeling very happy. Honestly, new manager appointment, Poch.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, no, definitely. We have to. But for the first news conference, I'm happy. I'm very, very happy because we haven't had a manager that has talked with confidence like this since Tommy Tuchel. Do you know what I mean?
You know what, Renz? Yeah, let's start with Chelsea then. Let's start with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Talk to us,
Yeah,
man.
sure.
Let's start there.
So so like I was saying, I am very, very, very happy with the appointment of Mauricio Pochettino, especially from the first news conference. It was crazy for a manager to talk with so much confidence, saying that like as soon as the season starts, we're not looking to have like a year, and then we start building. No, he said that from the get go we're gonna start building. So I mean, not building, so we're gonna start the train starts going. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no like, I'm gonna take a year to fix my team and all that. No, he's trying to fix his team now so that the train starts going straight away. But then again, like a comeback. But yeah, I believe him. But
He done it with Tottenham.
He did, but Chelsea and Tottenham, two different teams. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, we have the bread. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Tottenham, we have a lot more money, so he's got a lot more. He's got a lot more access to funds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so the players that he wants, he'll get. Do you know what I'm saying?
So one question, Renz, yeah.
God,
One question. Do you think it's realistic for him to know that straight away he can go into the league and do what he needs to do? There doesn't need to be no period of his players settling, getting to know each other and adapting.
I think me personally, I think it's very realistic. Why can't he think like that? He can definitely think like that, 100%. Because honestly, he's got a preseason. First of all, he's got a preseason. He's getting players in. So I think right now what he's trying to do is getting a few Argentinian players, because obviously Poch is Argentinian. You know what I'm saying? So there's not going to be much of a language barrier apart from like with the certain English players. But I can't like we're getting rid of so many players right now. Do you know what I'm saying? So right now he's got the time to get all his players in. Literally, he's got enough time to get the players in that he needs.
Not gonna lie, I don't see Chelsea progressing that much because Chelsea finished 12th. They're not going to be playing Champions League football.
Listen, Magpies. Listen. Obviously, I'm not saying history's gonna repeat itself, but honestly, the last time we finished 11th, what happened? Chelsea won the league. I'm not saying we're gonna win the league. We're definitely not gonna win the league, 100%. I'm not gonna say that, but there's a strong possibility that we could. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's impossible that we can't. We could win the league. We could easily win the league.
Yeah, I see you lot getting top 4.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's a
100%.
strong possibility of us getting top 4. 100%.
Because Pochettino, he's done it at Southampton
Jamie.
as well.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Southampton and Tottenham.
And the season that he was at Southampton, Southampton were literally a bog standard team, bro. Southampton, actually, no. They were bog standard because remember they had Van Dijk when he first came, Mane, and they had Schneiderlin, Lallana, all them man there. Do you know what I'm saying?
He inherits teams and he turns them over quick.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Like I said, he done it with Southampton, he done it with Tottenham. He didn't have to, like, as soon as they sold Bell, he came in. They had, 7 players? Like Lamela and I can't remember who else. And then he literally just...
Andre Villas-Boas.
Yeah, and Villas-Boas, yeah.
Yeah, after that.
Another Chelsea reject, but yeah.
Yeah. And when he inherited that team, he literally turned those players over quick as well.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, but I believe in Poch.
I do believe in Poch myself, man. Honestly, I believe in Poch.
Yeah. He's got the credibility, should I say? But let me add a spanner in the works, because when we was talking in studio earlier, Renz, remember what someone was saying that? No, it was not even in studio. I can't remember where I heard this, but I was watching another podcast, and obviously based on what Magpies has also said in terms of they've come 12th, but then you have to factor in the fact that he can turn over teams quickly. But some people's argument is realistically, Poch ain't won no trophies, so him turning over, where does it go? So
wait, Pochettino's Chelsea manager? I didn't know that until I just checked right now. Yeah, I think that Pochettino's gonna do work with Chelsea.
Oh yeah, so Magpies he's retracting.
But
what about Renz? I want to ask what you think of, or is it Jamie? Is that Jamie? Is that you saying something?
Yeah. I wanted to say quickly. On. So what? Before Thomas Tuchel went to Chelsea, what did he win as well?
He won the thing. He won the French league.
So what? Pochettino won the French league as well.
Yeah.
So what, we can say the same thing then, no?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, and then Thomas Tuchel went there and won the Champions League.
Yep.
So us saying that Pochettino ain't won nothing apart from the French league, it don't really mean nothing. Don't really hold weight.
Yeah.
Because if Thomas Tuchel could do the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. True.
but then again,
that's not my point, though, by the way.
You're strengthening his argument. Like, is that what you want? Like, they're strengthening their squad.
No, I'm not saying it like that's what. I'm not saying that's what I think.
No, that's what Jamie's up to.
No. What I'm trying to say to you is that him not winning the trophy. Well, he's won the French league. He's won whatever in France.
Yeah.
It's similar to Thomas Tuchel. He had won nothing major prior to him going to Chelsea. He only won.
So basically, the fact that Tuchel can do it, it's like we can't hold back Pochettino.
We can't
Go on. I feel like you kind of can though. I hear what Jamie's saying, but obviously, Pochettino's been here before. You feel me?
Yeah.
And like there has been chances of them winning stuff. Like
Tottenham, though, bro.
I know it's Chelsea, no, but hear me out. Remember there was that season when Tottenham could have won the league, bro.
They could have, and
they really were close. And then the Champions League final. Come on, man.
I think what he done with Tottenham. Sorry to cut you, bro. I think what he done with Tottenham was like, I can't even put it into a sentence. It's beyond words. Like, as a Tottenham fan, he's taken them to Champions League final. He had them consistently in the top 4. He had them fighting for the league. Tottenham's never been there ever, and he done that with zero backing.
Tottenham.
No, 100%.
So,
but that's what I'm saying. Obviously, he's got them there, but that's what I'm saying. There was no end result.
Yeah, but that's the same as Arsenal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 100%, and that's with our new managers. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing.
No, but not even with your new manager. With your old manager, Wenger got you to Paris.
No. But hear me
so Campbell disallow goal.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Wenger won us trophies. You feel me? We won trophies with Wenger. But that's what I'm trying to say. Potts got them to a place where they could have won the league. They didn't. That was probably the best time for them to win the league. They didn't win it, bro.
Yeah, that's the same with Arsenal. That's the same with Arsenal. So what I'm confused about?
It's not the same as Arsenal.
Hang on, Aaron. Is it firms? What is like your argument? Like you don't like what I think it is that you don't think that Chelsea are gonna be like a problem in terms of winning trophies.
No, that's not my argument. I'm not. Listen, me personally, I know Poch will come in and change them 100%. He's a good manager. He's a very good manager. Like I actually like Poch. You feel me? It's just obviously he was the Spurs manager, so we have to hate him. Do you get what I'm saying? But
Oh, for God's sake, is that what this is?
No. I'm not saying what that is. I'm just saying like you get what I'm saying on the grand scheme of things. But what I'm trying to say is, obviously Chelsea and Spurs are two different clubs. You feel me? I know what he did at Spurs. I know what he did at Southampton. But that's what I say. It's a different type of kettle of fish. Like there's a high expectation over
pressure.
There,
Similar to the pressure. Okay, it's not as. Actually, I don't know. Would you say the PSG pressure was worse?
I think it was worse. It was worse for the Champions League, and he bottled the Champions League with them, bro.
Yeah, but no one's done it though.
Yeah, but PSG just get pressure on Wednesdays.
That's what I'm saying. They only get pressure. That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what I mean? It's like a shower that only works once a week.
And he bottled the Champions League, bro.
Yeah, but every manager that's been there's bottled the Champions League. So
no, but this is what I'm trying to show you. But this is my point though. We're talking about Poch here. He's gone there. The league, they're always going to win the league, bro. They could play the flipping reserves. They could play the under 23s. They'll win that league.
Too short done the same thing, bro.
No, but that's what I'm saying. 100%. And he came over and he obviously proved himself over here. You feel me?
Yeah.
Tuchel wasn't. He wasn't in the Prem before for a long time. And
what argument are we having?
All of those type of things.
Like, Firms, what is your argument?
I'm saying that.
Firms, are you backing Poch or are you against Poch?
I'm just saying I'm 50-50. I'm in the middle. You get what I'm saying?
You're in the middle. All right.
Yeah, I don't think not overlook like what he's.
All right. What would Firms? What would be a success for Pochettino and Chelsea next year?
Top four.
Top four. Right. What's a failure?
Anything out of the top four.
Okay, all or nothing, like that.
Yeah.
Like Arteta's light bulb, isn't it? What's like what's success for Arsenal next season?
Oof.
This is hard.
It's all right, take your time.
It sounds crazy. We have to challenge for it again.
Minimum.
No, 100%.
So, all right, tell me in
points. That's the next subject I'm going to get into, people. That's the next subject.
Tell me the points. How many points?
How many points should we get?
Yeah.
Listen, if City, but this is what I'm saying. If all these other teams are going to come into the fold, like Liverpool strengthening and stuff like that, I can't tell you how much points we will generate, bro.
Like, Jamie, how many points did you need to be like when you were neck and neck with City and you didn't make it? How many points did you get?
But you see my point quickly, even before Jamie answers that,
Yeah.
Obviously, we've strengthened. Chelsea obviously got Poch. Yeah, we're saying they're going to be improved. You got Newcastle there that are making good signings as well. You feel me? It's gonna be like I said, this last season that just went. It was
a shootout next year, isn't it? Like
I generally think
everyone's got a bazooka.
Someone's like we're all gonna drop points in some way. You feel me? I don't think there's gonna be a team that smashes all the top 6 teams. You get what I'm saying? I personally don't think that will happen. You feel me?
100% not.
Unless you're City.
Even
I don't even think me personally. I don't think City will. I don't think City will.
City are gonna struggle.
City have lost a lot of players.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
And leaders.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And do you remember what happened the season after they lost company? I bet you Jamie does.
Champion.
No, don't be singing that. That's a cover version.
100%.
That's a perfect. It's a perfect segue to what I want to talk about because one of my first topics is Arsenal to win the league, because I want to have a conversation about who's got the best midfield right now, and obviously we don't know that the transfer window has not finished yet, but we've got the likes of Tottenham, like I said, strengthening, Chelsea strengthening, United seem to be starting to strengthen now, Arsenal are strengthening, Aston Villa are strengthening. Newcastle. So, but we're looking at the grand scheme of things that Arsenal challenged last season.
Who has the best midfield right now?
Yeah, so I want to ask everyone, who do you think's got the best midfield on paper and actually to last results, like how they last played as well?
Can I go
on
first?
Paper is interesting. Yeah, go
on. I think the best midfield by far in the Premier League is Rodri, De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva. They're the best midfield in the Premier League.
So you think City have the best midfield in the Premier League right now?
City, yeah, for sure. Imagine having De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and Rodri as your midfielders.
And Gondogan.
He's gone to
gone.
Barcelona.
Yeah,
Oh.
true. True.
Okay, I can dig that. Renz, let's go to you. Best midfield,
Best midfield in the Prem right now.
and maybe second as well.
Cool. Honestly, as much as my wants to say they don't, it's Arsenal, and I can't lie, it's Spurs next door. I'll be honest, it's Spurs next door.
Spurs.
Arsenal, then Spurs. Because remember, yeah. Hold on, hear me out. So remember, everyone was saying that Spurs needed that creative midfielder. That's one thing that's why Kane needs to drop in deep and spray balls out to Son and them, man. But now they've got Madison. Do you know what I'm saying? And they still got Bentancur, and they still got my man
Basuma.
Basuma, and they got Højbjerg.
Would you say that one? Would you say that midfield's better than Man United?
Oh, Sugar United as well. I actually forgot about United. But
Sugar. Since I last went round my aunts.
But Spurs in midfield is good as well.
Yeah.
I think Spurs in midfield. Because remember, like I said before, everyone was always saying that Spurs needed that creative midfielder. I remember they scored a lot of goals already. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think last season Spurs,
Kane got 30.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
In the league,
Spurs,
and 25 of them weren't penalties.
Yeah. There you go, mate. So it just goes to show
Haaland
you
got
that
29
Spurs,
goals without penalties.
29 without penalties.
Oh yeah,
Without penalties, and Kane
got.
got 24 without penalties. They score goals, Tottenham.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. They all
All right,
just
cool.
score goals.
Okay.
Let's segue to you, Bath Time. Then, what about you, man? First and second best midfield in the league.
It's such a tough
Currently.
question, right?
Nah, yeah, I know it is. I know.
Do you know why it's a tough question? It's because when Firms is talking about the Tottenham midfield, it's completely different to how Man United's midfield operates and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
That's why I said on paper as well. That's why I asked
on
As
paper.
well. Yeah.
I think you're looking such a cop out, but I think you're looking number one. You're still looking at City, and number two, you're looking at Arsenal, and because past performance is the best predictor of future performance. Arsenal's midfield was brilliant last year. Really impressive. And now they've added I believe they've added Declan Rice. I heard some rumours he might have failed his medical, but I imagine that's not true. But Declan Rice is one of the most complete midfielders I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, you love him, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I love him. And you're getting that, and then Man City, it's not just because Rodri is 6'3", he's quite slow. He doesn't progress the ball as much as you think and stuff, but he fits into their system. And if you're asking which team has got the best players for their system, it's Man City and then it's Arsenal for me. And I'm sorry if that's a cop-out answer, but
No. Everyone's.
I'll give you a crazy one, actually. A midfield that impresses. There's two midfields that impress me a lot. One is Everton and one is Aston Villa. I like Onana, Decore, and Iwobi, and I really like John McGinn, Ramsey, and Douglas Luiz.
Luiz, yeah, they cause us problems.
Do you know? No, honestly, that Everton midfielder, I feel like it's all full of CDMs. I don't think there's much creativity there. If I'm being
but you don't need what you need from a midfield is to protect the center of the pitch. That's the first thing, is protecting the center of the pitch. That's why you have rest defenses and stuff like that. Creativity comes from stretching teams, having wingers, having interior midfielders, stuff like that. You want to protect the center of your pitch above all.
Nah, definitely, of course. But a team like Everton, what wingers? Sorry to cut you off, bro. But what wingers do Everton have that are going to create the chances?
Damari Gray.
He doesn't really turn up for them every week.
Yeah, he's done all right for them. But the thing is that Everton are what are they, 6? They're low to relegation fodder. But the reason that they stayed up, and you're excited about Maddison at Spurs, they didn't stay up. And the difference is because Everton protected the centre of the pitch more than Leicester did.
Fairs. I could agree with that.
Yeah, but I understand. I understand the point that you're making. But for me, like I played defensive midfield, and I've done it for 15 years. Like, and you have to protect the center of the pitch. But it's your like, I don't know. If you're a Jedi or something, you protect the Force. I don't know. I never got Star Wars, but what I do get is midfield play, and you protect the center of the pitch above all.
Yep. Cool. Firms, have I asked you the question about the midfield?
No, you haven't.
Yeah. What's
No,
your best midfields?
Mine was pretty straightforward, yeah. Actually, what? Cool. It's City, Arsenal, yeah. It's City and Arsenal, yeah. But the one spanner I would throw in, one midfield that I liked, if I didn't have to pick those two, it would be Newcastle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think Newcastle's midfield, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. They signed Locatelli, innit?
Nah, I don't
Tonali.
think so, have they?
Tonali. Yeah. Sorry, Tonali.
What is it you like about Newcastle's midfield?
I love their work rate. Eddie Howe makes them work so that their work rate is crazy. They don't stop running. They don't stop pressing up and down. Like someone like Joe Linton, bro. Like this guy, bro. Eddie Howe, like the way he makes them play. Like you know the important players in there. Obviously, Gamera's important, but even the likes of like Joe Linton and Joe Willock, I think they're so underrated, bro.
Yeah, but when you talk about a press, like in a midfield, you man mark like in the press, and then you have like your forwards actually doing the majority of the work. So you say that they're hard working, but all they're doing in the press is following the other players. So
when I mean the press, like I don't mean in terms of actually like when like the press is actually. I'm talking about like not allowing players to have time on the ball. If you get what I'm saying, like because I remember when it was playing against us, and like Joe Linton and Joe Willock, and like, every time Saka got the ball, they out wide they were pressing him.
Okay. So what you're talking about is you're talking about narrowing the pitch in a block. Yeah, I get it. You got a comment, by the way, Rhino.
I've got a comment. Yeah, listen, thank you, man. I was just taking in what everyone's saying.
Wow. Okay. M. Sahar said, "Wow, he's so overrated." To be honest,
who's overrated? M. Shah. Who's
Rice.
overrated?
Rice.
Oh, he's talking about Rice.
Yeah.
I'm on the same.
I think you know, it's me personally. I feel like Rice is just going to prove a lot of people wrong. You feel me? I'm not just saying that because he's an Arsenal player now, but
he's only saying that.
I liked. See this guy. Even if he went City, I would. Do you know what it is? If he went City, I would have been even more scared because trust me, like Rice is actually like overall like an all-round player, bro. He's got it. He's got the ability. You can see it.
I'm going to tell you now, Rice is the best midfielder in the league. Like, there is, like, first of all, you start off with his body.
Better than KDB?
Yeah. Like, because he's better at he's better at KDB at defending. Like, there is no player...
The boy that wants to know your location.
The man's meant to be able to hit a pass from anywhere. I don't want footballs coming through my window.
Rice can't back that Kevin as well, though.
All right.
Sorry?
Bath time. Why don't you back that point? I want to hear your point behind that. Still, yeah. Why what
all right. First of all,
see if anyone's got any
do you see Kevin De Bruyne there? Do you see Declan Rice providing 18 assists? Don't think so, but go on.
Well, I'm glad you answered the question you asked for me. That's really cool. So I think that Declan Rice. sorry. I should do that in arguments more often. I think So with Declan Rice, I think he's the most complete midfielder that I've seen for a while. By that, I mean he's not as good as De Bruyne in some situations. He's not as good as like Rodri in other situations, but all round he's the best I've seen. And it starts off with how weird his body is. Like, I'm not sure about the experience of a lot of us playing football, but Declan Rice is one of the only players in the Premier League that runs correctly. Like when you think of sprinters and stuff.
But yeah, go on.
Yeah, like when you think of sprinters and stuff, they have two different stages of when they run. They have acceleration and they have like second. I can't remember what it's called. Second phase. But in the second phase, you want your body to be compact and you want to make very little movements with your arms. For example, when you see Harry Maguire, it's like a bloody windmill. Like his arms are everywhere.
Yeah.
It's mental to see a professional footballer do that. Declan Rice he has piano legs, right? Like he's got a big torso and sort of like these long legs. That means that he's able to duel in wide areas, but because he's a bit of a freak, he can play in the inside spaces and turn correctly. He is a player that does what I call the Busquets pass, which is one of the most important things about being in midfield, is you need to widen play. Like every defensive system is about narrowing the pitch. Declan Rice is the best central midfielder in the defensive midfielder at widening the pitch. You've got work rate, you've got aggression, you've got the tackling. Like I think that when you look at who wanted Declan Rice and the people that rate Declan Rice, if you don't rate Declan Rice, fair enough, but I think that Firms is right, and next season you're going to see a monster in the Arsenal midfield, certainly compared to Partey.
And just imagine having both of them in the midfield, and a lot of people don't know that. Me personally, I can even see Declan doing Xhaka's role, Partey sitting as well.
Yeah, he'll be played higher, I think.
It's going to be crazy.
I'm looking forward to it.
That even just having, even seeing what Xhaka did last season, just even having that change of Declan Rice.
You are losing experience, though.
No, 100% we are 100% we are. But just to even have that ability, me personally in that position, I would rather trade the ability for someone like Xhaka, because Xhaka, for me personally, he did very well for us, but like, let's be real, he's average. He's not getting into any real teams.
Can I ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
I have a theory on Arsenal, and my theory on Arsenal is that Arteta has known for a while when Pep is going to piss off. And it's in 2 years.
You think so?
Yeah. I think that Arteta is building a team to peak in 2 years.
Bro, I said this to you last time.
Yeah.
Remember I said he has 2 years. Just what I was saying, me personally as an Arsenal fan, I know it sounds crazy, but even if he doesn't win a trophy in these next 2 years, I know by then we're going to be an elite team, bro.
Is that why your board let him spend 600 M's?
What do you mean? Yeah, but you have to remember, but this is why you have to remember. I didn't even realize this. I only found out as a fact. Before we signed all these players, the most expensive player that Arteta signed was for 40 million, bro, which was Jesus.
It's the wrong argument, Firms. The right argument to make here is that Jamie has been crying about Klopp not being backed by the board.
There you go.
Right.
So I'm a hater.
Yeah, so like Arsenal are getting backed by the board, innit? So what do you want? Do you want no managers doing it? Do you want like Squid Games? Just a 3-for-all?
I'm saying I've never seen a manager back like that.
What about Potter?
Maybe Ollie.
Chelsea, bro.
But 600 M's in 4 seasons.
What about Mourinho? What are you talking about? You've never seen a manager back like that. But they just spent
500 M's in a year, bro.
In half a year, Chelsea just spent 500 M's. 6 months.
You're not around when Real Madrid signed Kaka, Benzema, and Ronaldo. Like this is just like I can't tell if I'm being baited or not. But like, man, you need to roll over and hit that nightlight.
Our team's been come on, bro. Our team needs that how much we're spending right now, bro. It needs that.
They're going up against City.
Yeah.
No, but let's be real, bro. When have we apart from Pepe, bro? You know we don't make those crazy signings, bro. This is the best transfer.
I don't know,
I've ever seen
Firms.
as an Arsenal fan, me personally, bro.
Back in the day, you spent the equivalent of 100 million on Sylvan Wiltord as a squad player, and I hate that man.
Don't forget they bidded 90 M's for Thomas Lemar when he was at Monaco as well.
Well, the best one was when they bidded 40 million plus £1 for Luis Suarez.
Yeah, Suarez.
That's cheeky.
The pound could do a lot back then. You know what I mean? Pound
every little helps me. You know what I mean?
Hey, Renz, can I ask a very quick question about Mason Mount?
So now,
sorry,
talk to me.
Actually, yeah, go on, bath time. Yeah, then we're gonna move.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm gonna assume you watch
Mason Mount if we need to.
Well, all I want to know about Mason Mount, right, is I'm a bit worried about Mason Mount signing because he's a good player. He's a very, very good player, and I'm happy we got him.
Yeah.
But his pressing work, has he ever not been part of the front three in his press?
Well, at Chelsea, whenever he played that right wing, he was always part of the press. But then again, he kind of used to drop into midfield and press as well.
You don't press in midfield; you just mark, like in a 5 or 7 man press.
But you know, when he was at Chelsea, at times it was like he was the only one that was pressing. So it was kind of like he was just running all over the place. And
yeah, but was he central or was he out wide when he was doing this?
He was, but so most of the time on paper he was in right wing.
He was out wide, man. He was out wide, definitely.
Yeah.
There was a time he actually played right wing for like basically.
No. But in the press, like, well, under Tuchel, he changed positions, didn't he? He went left as opposed to right.
Yeah.
But they were more counter attacking as well, no?
Yeah, but none of this is about like so. With Man United, we're bollocks in a lot of areas, but in particular, our press is about as effective as I don't know, a chocolate. I don't know if we can swear or not, but it's really bad.
A used condom, mate.
As a used condom.
Yeah.
Bruv, if you run around waving a used condom at girls, you ain't getting them pregnant. That sounds pretty effective to me. In my experience, you'd have to talk to my mother. Maybe that's how it happened. But so with like United, where we need our aggression in the press is in the front three players. Like when you think of Firmino, Salah, Mane, and stuff like that, that's where we need Mason Mount. And I'm just a little bit worried that Mason Mount is going to be in the second line of pressure, which is basically just man marking people. It's going with your pivots. So I'm a bit worried about that.
Do you know why you should be worried? I remember one time he versed Chelsea and he was doing that, and bro, he couldn't get near the ball at all, bro.
Was he in the second? Was he with the midfielders, the pivots?
Yeah, with the midfielders. I actually remember that. You're not lying. That's why I remember I forgot what position he was playing, but he was definitely with the midfielders. And when he was there,
he must have been playing Cam or something.
You lot weren't playing Kante or anything. I remember we was overrunning your midfield that game. I can't remember what game it was, but
it's not that one where Kante scored at Old Trafford, is it? Just running.
No.
Bro, he looked like leprechauns going under people's legs. It's proper. I love Kante, but he's proper.
I was going to say, I think it's possible for Mount to do the press if he's the trigger. If he's a trigger for the press, similar to like Henderson when Firmino wasn't the trigger.
Jamie, so for the trigger for the press, like to my understanding, and I told you about this last week, and you laughed at me where I said I don't know what a trigger for a press is in the Premier League. I would suspect that the trigger for a press in the Premier League is transitioning from a block, like the 4-1-4-1 that everyone plays, to a press.
Yeah.
Like, is that what you mean? Right? Yeah.
Yeah, literally, someone who kickstarts the press. So Mount
so he's got to be playing left, left or
follow.
right central midfield then.
So sorry, what was the question?
He's got to be. He can't be out on the wings. He's got to be central.
No, exactly. That's what I was thinking. If you're playing him in the advanced A, then you could give the responsibility of him triggering the press.
But that's coming out of a block. What I'm concerned about is that like when teams are building up from the back, like which I can't think of a team that doesn't apart from Spurs. Because of Lloris, and they've changed that. Same as like I know Magpies are hating on like Tottenham, but watch out for them. They've changed their goalkeeper
as well. Tottenham have bottom jobs.
No, it's not valid reasons. You just keep saying that like Tottenham are Tottenham. Like it's Spurs,
So
lads,
Alex
isn't it?
Ferguson said it himself, lads. It's Tottenham, but carry on.
That was 30 years ago. Bruv.
They've only won the League Cup.
When you look at
then,
Wikipedia, is there a
changed.
button that says "Take me back 30 years" and I use the information from there? Because that's exactly the same thing that you're doing now, using old information instead of new information.
What is going on?
we got a comment here. BX Gunner 81. Love for the comment, my bro. How did they sign Kulusevski? You saying?
Who
Not
Tottenham?
gonna lie, because
Wait.
since I don't know how you say. I'm just gonna say
Kulishevsky.
Kulu. I'm just gonna say Kulu. Since Kulu joined Spurs, he's not Kulu anymore, bro. I watched the Juventus game and
Who is it? Is he Shaker?
different.
Look at Firms. Firms has put Mr. Rice on his. I think
No, but
maybe
yeah,
Kulu, was it probably because of thingy though, Conte? Was it when they got Conte? They got
Yeah, but
it was-
he
it was
went
part-
They
on
had him on
loan
loan
first.
first, no?
Yeah,
it was a
and
loan.
then
Loan, yeah.
there was a decision to sign him or not.
Yeah. What? How Spurs definitely signed him now? Yeah, because I thought
Yeah.
it was a two. I thought it was a 2 season long.
It was
loan
a
or something.
2-season loan, bro.
Yeah, it was 2 seasons. Yeah, I
Really?
thought
A
so. Yeah.
Tevez deal.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
snap.
I remember it. Yeah, I remember. It was
They
a
have him
2
on
season
loan
long
for
loan.
2 seasons, bro.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
he's
maybe
come
he
back now, bro.
believes.
He hasn't
They
come
might-
back
Might-
yet.
Let
there
me
might
even
be
research.
options to buy or something.
Yeah, pull it up, man. Do the
Well,
Google.
Oh
BX
yeah,
Gunner,
man, he's got Rice there. Disgusting.
BX Gunner, have they signed him officially? Yeah. If you're sure that they've signed him, send us the source and we can check that out.
Send us the
We can
30-year-old Wikipedia link.
But listen, guys, I want to get to the question now. So I've kind of set up this show in a way that now my question makes sense. So we've said Arsenal and City have the best midfield.
Yeah.
So can Arsenal win the league? Because I hear a lot of people kind of hinting that, listen, Arsenal can win the league next
Can I go
season, you know?
first?
Yeah, go on, Jamie.
Ooh.
My expectations for Arsenal.
Hey, big up
Yeah.
BX Gunner.
They have to minimum take it to last day of the season. That's a minimum, if not
Okay.
win the thing.
and if not, that's a failure, yeah?
Crazy failure. Money spent. The season they had last season, players maturing, even the manager maturing. There's so many things that's going their way. Like,
Is it
they're on
really
an
a
upward
failure,
trajectory.
though?
Say that again?
Is it really a failure, though?
For me, what is it? He's going to be his 4th season or 5th season. Over $500 million spent.
Yeah, on young players as well. We got a young team. We got young players.
Yeah.
If you give them a couple of years,
That's why you bottled.
Again, they wouldn't have looked. They were maturing players though. The same young players from last season. Correct.
100%. We signed some more young players as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Kai Havertz.
Yeah, but are you running a kindergarten or a football club?
It's a
Ask
football
him again.
team, of course. It's you. You also build for the future as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
them
definitely
players
building
for
bottled
the-
at Newcastle, like to get in the Champions League, and then the next season you bottled you did the biggest bottle in history. Like,
It wasn't
are
really-
young players
the
what you
greatest team
need?
the greatest team that's ever graced the Premier League.
I mean, to be fair, any
Well, you
team
can make
would have bottled
excuses as much as you want.
I'm not
but
making excuses. I'm not making excuses. Yeah, we
That is excuse.
So,
That
what-
is an
so I'm going to tell you
excuse.
something, Bogdan. So when I have my
Yeah, man.
grandkids, and they ask me the situation, I'll be like, yes, we lost to the greatest team that ever graced the Premier League. We
Yeah,
bottled
but
the
you
league.
understand the optics of what you're
It's up to you.
saying.
It's like running a 100-meter race and losing to Usain Bolt. I'm not going to be upset. He's the fastest man in the world, isn't he, bro?
You
Like,
weren't
do you get what I'm
upset
saying?
about Arsenal not winning the league last season.
Of
because
course,
the
I was
thing-
upset because I want us to win the league. But at the same time, let's be realistic here. Man City are miles in front of us, bro. And it's Man City.
Yeah, but they weren't for like 300 days in the Premier League, were they? You
But-
let them back
But
into
this was saying,
it.
but no,
And
but
your
this,
players
we
let them
in.
back
We didn't let
into
them back
it.
in. They were
And the
always going to be
point-
consistent. They were
Look, the
always
point
gonna
I'm
be
making,
consistent, bro.
yes, but why? Why were they always going to be
Because they're
consistent?
Man City. They're Manchester City.
No. The reason
So
they're
okay, you tell
consistent
me why. Go on.
is because they're experienced at that level.
Yeah, exactly, and they're good, and they're Man City. That's what I'm saying. That's them being Manchester City, bro. That's what you have
So
to understand.
why-
They've been,
so
'cause
why-
they've been experienced there, bro.
Yeah, but the point that I'm making, the argument
Go
that
on.
I'm making is that you need more experience in your squad. And you've already said you're adding younger players. So with Arsenal next year, you got Champions League
Yeah.
as well, and a young squad with no experience. We know what happened at Liverpool, where we didn't respect the Anfield crowd. We after you lost to Man City, I think. Did you lose to Brighton at home?
No, I think they.
Yeah.
We didn't, did we?
Did
We lost to
they?
them in the-
Yeah,
we lost to them in
away.
the Carabao Cup. That was the Carabao Cup.
I mean,
No,
young
no, you
players
No,
look-
can.
Carabao
you
Cup
look
had
at them in the
finished
Premier
by
League,
then.
no?
We'd won it.
You lost to them.
We
in the
no, I
Premier
said
League.
we
yo-
lost to them. Yeah, I think we did lose to them in the
Yeah,
Premier.
I think you
They beat
did,
us,
yeah.
They beat us. What was it? 3-0 or something.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was
you
3-0.
did,
It was straight after you lost to City.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a lack.
yeah.
That's a lack of experience. So
League 36.
the point that
Yeah.
I wouldn't
I'm
just say that's a
making-
lack of it. There's a lack of a lot of things, to be honest. But go on.
Well,
West
what a
Ham
lack
game,
of what?
Southampton game.
It's
A
a
lack
lack
of
of
what?
confidence. It was.
And just to chime in, BX Gunner is saying that you guys, he's an Arsenal fan, and he says,
I'm not.
you guys
This was
gave the
you're not
title
moving like
away.
I'm saying.
And he
I'm
says,
not saying
in our
that we didn't
defense,
give
we
away the
did
title.
do.
Bro. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, for the
Yeah, yeah.
prosecution, you've said that you're not angry because you lost to the greatest team in Premier League history, and you're pleased that you're getting. Yes, that's what you said.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You're not understanding what I'm saying, bro. That's why I'm trying to break it down. But you guys don't want me to break it down. You feel me? Like I'm saying, I'm telling you how I feel as an Arsenal fan. You're a United fan, bro. These are you lot's direct rivals. I'm saying how I feel as an Arsenal fan. Me personally, I look at last season. Yes, it's sad. It was a disaster. We lost the league. We should have won it. We had it in our hands. We didn't win it. But again, like I said, the way you're not making it sound like it's like we didn't lose. If we lost the league to like Newcastle overtook us and they won the league, then that would be crazy, bro. That would be the craziest ball ever.
Once again, you're putting this on City. Like, do you put your problems on like a guy?
Have you not watched
accountability?
Wait, no.
Accountability.
No one's
No,
saying that.
accountability.
No one's here. No. Let me land down.
I mean,
No.
Runway's clear.
Random, everyone, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. I have not once, Randall. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, Randall. Did I not just say that we bottled the league? Did I not just say we lost the league? We had it in our hands and we lost it.
Yeah, you have.
So
You have,
let me ask you a question. Is that not accountability? Yes or no?
Yeah, you have. But
Okay,
then what you've done.
Okay,
you
then no,
said
but
that,
hear what
then
I'm
you've
saying.
added
I
that-
didn't give it to
Yeah, go
City.
on.
I haven't said it was we lost it because of City. I'm saying City are a way better team than us, bro. You get what I'm trying to say to you? So I'm saying if we lost it to Newcastle, yes, I would understand if man saying, "Oh, this is the biggest bottle in history." You know, dead. But we lost. This, I say, we've lost it to City, Manchester City, that have just done the treble. Do you get what I'm saying? That's arguably the best team that the Prem's ever seen, bro. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, what you're
came
saying-
into my head. A thought came into my head recently. Listen. So,
all right,
I basically right. I thought Arsenal were bottlers at first, but at the end of the day, Arsenal aren't really bottlers because at the end of the day, anyone would have lost to City. Liverpool would have lost to City. Man United would have lost to City. City are an amazing team, so Arsenal didn't really bottle it. City would have won anyway.
Do you know what I'm hearing?
Did they get over
I
90
don't
points
think
to win it?
Arsenal are bottlers at all. No.
No,
Did
do
they
you know
get
what I'm
over
Let's
hearing?
go. So, Bath time, you defend your point now based on what
All
both of them have said now.
2 points, right? I'll do the
And then we go
technical
to
point
Jamie after.
second. First point is you're all acting like Brad Pitt comes into a party and he takes your woman off you, and you're going, "Well, it's Brad Pitt, isn't it?" Like, no, like you were there, you were in the winning position, and you let it slip. Second thing is you're taking accountability. You're not taking accountability. You're saying that City are the greatest team ever. You were in the best position to beat the greatest team ever. And taking accountability is saying why you let that lead slip. That's taking accountability. And the original point was that you were talking about bringing more and more youth players in. But there comes a point where your super toddlers are not going to be able to beat Man City because they don't have the experience of winning in football matches. So I've landed. Next guy.
All right, Jamie.
So what players have we brought in now that wouldn't know how to beat City, bro? Because
Rice?
Kai Havertz is one. What do you mean? Okay, Rice
Rice
played at
won
West Ham,
European trophy.
yeah, but he's won exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's won a European trophy. Kai Havertz, he's won the Champions League. He's played at Chelsea, bro.
That's
I
a
don't-
Have any of them won the league?
Timber, he's been with Ajax for how long, bro? Like, it has nothing to do with any of them winning the league, bro. Kai Havertz has won the
It
Champions
does,
League.
because you need...
Kai Havertz has won the Champions League.
He has, but so what you're telling me is you're building a cup team.
I can't
And
argue
cup
with
teams
that, bro.
can't... Well, you can.
If Jamie tells me this, then I'll hear it, bro. But United, bro, you lot are pants, bro. You're actually like
You're making an ad hominem argument, right?
Bro. Like, come on, like, let's keep it real, bro. Like,
Firms,
let's actually keep it real.
firms, right?
Let's argue with a man
Firms said-
McTominay and Mount and them
said,
and
"Fuck
them,
this."
bro. Like, yeah, bro. Like,
Firms.
I think No. You listen to me now. But I think
You're making an
let's be
ad
realistic.
hominem argument.
Let's
You're not
be
listening to the
very-
points
let's
I'm
be
making.
very
You're claiming that I'm
realistic now.
biased.
I'm not claiming anything, bro. Because if my rivals were doing what your rivals were doing, I would have quit. I would have got into baseball or something now. I swear, if Spurs were doing what seems, I swear I would have looked at another sport, bro. You feel me? I don't blame you lot. Like, obviously, laugh at Arsenal and that because that's the best. That's probably the best thing that could have happened to you lot last season. You feel me? Finishing third and seeing Arsenal bottle it. That's the best thing that could have happened to you. You lot
Really, we've won a European trophy and you haven't.
Listen to what I'm saying. You lot are more happy seeing Arsenal bottle it than trying to score and stop City. You could have stopped City from winning the treble.
I wanted Arsenal to win the league.
You're the real ball. Hey, JB, imagine being in a FA Cup final. You could have stopped United winning the treble, bro.
Absolutely true. I can't disagree with any of these points.
Fingers at Arsenal, say you're bottlers of that, bro.
But I'm not making these points, am I?
You're the biggest bottle jobs. How about that? You're the biggest.
Yeah, but brother, you're making an argument that is different to what I'm trying to make.
You could call me a bottle job and you're a bottle. How could?
No, wait, firms.
Breathe.
Look in the mirror.
Let me chime in, yeah. Let me chime in. Listen, yeah. What I think Bath Time is saying in football, we have opinions. So
100%.
He's just having his opinion based from.
And I'm having my opinion.
His opinion is not. No, but firms.
Everyone's chatting crap. We signed Declan Rice. Too much money did it, bro. Let us.
No, but firms, listen, firms.
Brother, you're arguing with people who aren't here.
I'm arguing, man. Like, bro, let us spend a bit of breach, bro. Like, I want to spend the 600 bills and
breathe and listen to what people are saying to you.
I'm breathing, bro. I ain't taking 12 niggas last time, bro. I'll tell you that for a fact, bro. I'll tell you that now.
But listen, firms. Listen, let me say something. What I'm trying to say, yeah. You know what, yeah? Hold on. Let me do something quickly. I'm going to mute everybody so I can just talk. Listen. So now everyone can hear me, yeah? I've muted everyone. Listen, what I want to say, I'll mute everybody now because we're not kids, innit? Except for magpies. Listen, what I want to say, obviously, firms, you seem like you're getting triggered because obviously it's coming from a Man United fan. I think Bath Time's just giving his opinion in isolation to being a Man United fan. Because this is what let me even explain what I think Bath Time's going to say. The reason why Bath Time is saying it's not Man City's fault is because he's saying they didn't have an active, direct influence on the fact you drew with West Ham or you lost to Brighton or whatever. They didn't have an active influence. It was on you guys to just keep doing what you're doing, innit? That's what Bath Time's trying to say. He's not saying it means you're dead or whatever. He's just saying that based on that the accountability is within the fact that, you know what, our heads dropped. We lost our mentality and all of that.
Before you even move on from that point, 100% that I sat here, so we bottled it. How many weeks are we going to keep going on about Arsenal bottling it, bro? We come on the show all the time, Arsenal bottled this. And if you, like, JB, if I'm lying, I'm flying, bro. Is it not always a United fan that comes and says we bottled it? I don't hear JB say it. I don't hear Magpies. I don't hear Chelsea.
Jamie's backing Jamie's backing.
No. But JB, listen to what I'm saying. JB doesn't bring it up every time. Every time you bring a new.
No, but I don't think. You know what it is, fans. He didn't bring it up. The way the conversation's going, we're talking about you guys winning the league, so we have to factor in everything. That's the way this conversation's flowing.
100%. You have to factor it. But man saying,
do you know why I brought it up?
That's a mad line to me, bro. It's a mad
statement. No.
And I'm gonna say my statement. You man are dead, bro. That's my statement. You get me? We all got opinions in this thing, bro. It's my opinion. He said his, bro.
It's all right. We got a necromancer. We're gonna come back from the dead. But the reason I brought it up, right, is that I've seen that Arsenal do two big bottles, right? This isn't just like as a United fan like having banter and stuff like that. You didn't perform away at Newcastle to get Champions League 2 years ago, and this season you let the title slip, right? I think that signing young players is not the right strategy for Arsenal because I think you need cooler heads in there. Like maybe not Xhaka because he's a bit rash, but like you need more experienced players. That is the point that I'm making. Like all the other stuff is like Arsenal make no doubts, were a much better football team than us last year. I personally think that it was your lack of experience that meant that you lost to us at Old Trafford. Like it wasn't the right result. It was about like it was Fabio Vieira and I think Gabriel in particular just like having crazy moments. But I'm not having a go at Arsenal. They had a better season than us last year, and they're in a much better position to challenge for the title next year. But they lack a bit of experience, and the players that they're signing at best are cup players. And we've got cup players with Varane and Casemiro. What you need is experienced league players, which is what I thought Jorginho would be. And that is the point that I'm making. Not laughing at Arsenal.
Me personally, I disagree with that point. You feel me? That's
Yeah,
my
go on.
and
So
that's my
why do you
opinion.
disagree? Why do you disagree?
Because
What do you think?
I feel like we're signing league players as well. You feel me? Obviously, Kai Havertz was a cup player, but bro, Timber, he's played at a good level at Ajax. You feel me? It's the same way you can sign anyone for Ajax. You can sign these players. No one says these things about these guys you're signing. Bro.
I do.
Let me show you something. Any player that Arsenal signs, someone will have something to say about it. You feel me? Until they start playing, bro. Same thing. We signed so many players. Everyone has something to say. But last season, everyone was struggling to talk until we dropped second. That's why everyone had something to say again. Bro.
Yeah, but the argument you're having is with people that aren't here. Like you're arguing with imaginary people. Like no one is saying this.
I'm not arguing with imaginary people, but I'm very tapped in, bro. You feel me? I talk to a lot of fans. I see a lot of blogs. I see.
Yeah, but none of them are here, so they might as well be imaginary.
He might not be arguing with anyone per se, but maybe he's talking about previous conversations he had. Like, what if he had a conversation with a fan yesterday and he's addressing it from
So
their point of view?
your point with me saying it's imaginary conversations is given a hypothetical.
I'm not giving hypothetical, bro. I spoke to Rano about it today. Rano, I've told you how many times, bro. How many times have we sat down?
I think Firms' frustration comes from what he sees on the blogs.
Yeah, what I'm saying,
what
bro.
He hears other fan channels saying.
I watch a lot of people.
Yeah, but then in Bath Time's defense, I don't think anyone here is on that same wavelength, innit? So that's what.
I'd love to be in that position Arsenal's in.
I mean that you don't agree with the pundits that Firms is criticizing, that they always criticizing Arsenal.
I think Arsenal just lack a bit of experience. And they're ready to take the step up. They've been like, you look at Arteta's signings over the last couple of years. He's been building towards something, and like, I'm not saying that he's a guy that put the cones out for Pep or anything like that. I think he's a absolutely brilliant manager. He's a little bit cringy, like with his light bulbs and stuff, but he's the real deal, and Arsenal are the real deal. But to get that extra step to beat City, you need experienced players, in my view. That's the point that I'm making.
So let me ask you something, Bath Time. Why would you not say Declan Rice is the right experience? What's the reason why you said someone like Declan Rice is not the right person, or someone
I think he's talking about in terms of winning the league.
Yeah, like
could you break that down?
All right,
I can.
So,
go on.
Jamie, do you want to
speak? No, the only reason why I can chime in is as a Liverpool supporter and who's gone head to head with Man City. And he's talking about in terms of experience in the league and winning the league. He's talking about like going on 13 game runs, going away to like your Newcastles, your Old Traffords, and getting results. These are the sort of experience that the players need in order to cross the line, especially if you're going against a Man City team. You could do 15 games, 16 games in a row, wins in a row. Anyway, half time.
Yeah, very, very similar. And to be sort of slightly more micro about it, is that like when Arsenal went to Liverpool, they lost a 2-0 lead. And a lot of it was down to the inexperience of Zinchenko, Xhaka and Gabriel Jesus at dealing with big games in a big crowd away from home, right? There are, like, when I mean, like, just think of the bus and the stuff being thrown at it and the nights before, the preparation you need, all this stuff. And like Jamie, and this isn't a diss, Jamie, but when Jamie's talking about Liverpool going up against, like, Man City, They never won it going up against Man City. They like won it in the COVID year by a huge amount of points. But a lot of that came from the experience of going up against Man City. So with Arsenal, I think you're completely correct. You need to be able to go on these huge runs and deal with the pressure away from home, deal with the pressure of expectation. And you get that from people that have done it before, that have won leagues, and you've got cooler heads that get you through situations like Anfield away. Because that's where Liverpool lost the title, was at Anfield.
I mean, Arsenal.
Sorry, yes, that was my apologies.
Yeah, that's true. I did say that. I said I'm keeping my cards close to my chest in terms of Arsenal winning the league until they go to Anfield. Remember, I was saying that. I was like, if Arsenal win at
I remember
Anfield,
that.
then I'll give them the league. But I'm sitting on the fence, and yeah, they showed.
All right,
So
and
you know
before I go to BX Gunner's comments and we can address them, Firms, do you agree or disagree? Do you feel like Rice could be the difference maker to at a game like away at Anfield? Do you
Bro,
think Rice could make that
100%,
difference?
bro. It's
Why?
bro,
Why?
because of the quality, bro. Quality, simple as, bro. Like it's the qualities. He's played in the Premier. He knows what these teams are about, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? He's played at Anfield. He's done all of these things. Yes, it's going to be different team. Like it's a different team. It's different expectation. But again, bro, it's quality, bro. We've all been there, bro. You go and get a quality footballer that plays in the. That's what I'm saying. You take out Shaka, you put in Declan Rice. It's different, bro.
Okay,
It's
let
different.
me pause you right there, Firms. But wouldn't you say that you guys had the best midfield for a good portion of the league anyway? So would you still say it's quality?
I wouldn't
Man
say we had the
City
best
struggled.
midfield. I wouldn't say we had the best midfield because we did. Realistically, on paper, bro. Let's be real. Odegaard played very well. Partey played very well. You get what I'm saying? But I still would say Casemiro, Rodri, and that was better than Partey, bro. You feel me?
Can I jump in?
Go on, Jamie. Yeah.
I would say quality, yes, but when players like Kevin De Bruyne or Bruno Fernandes go to Anfield and they choke, is it quality or is it experience?
It's the pressure. It's the pressure. I wouldn't even just say it's experience. It's the pressure.
The pressure.
It's also it's the pressure. And that's
So
what I'm saying. Of course,
it's more
my
than
thing
it's
is-
more than just the quality then.
Not 100%, but also like let's be real. It's not even just. It's not like the whole team's play well and that player's writing off. The whole United United recently been going to Anfield and that, but the whole team writes off, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like let's be real. It's the same thing when like let's actually keep it apart, bro. Like,
But do you know why I wouldn't count Man United in this? Because we've got mentality issues. We're not there yet.
No, but that's
You know
but
what I
this
mean?
but
We're not there
but this
yet. We're not there
no,
yet.
but listen to what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But this is my point. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, go on.
When you lot have gone there, it's not like you're all playing well and it's just Bruno not playing good, bro. Do you get what I'm saying?
Everyone.
Like,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah,
a
it's
team,
completely correct.
It's a team thing, bro. It's the
Yeah,
same thing with us. We are slow, like, bro, like, even to beat Spurs home and away last season, that's another thing that we've had to overcome as well. Do you get what I'm saying? 'Cause, bro,
But that's
while we
huge
didn't
for
beat
you.
them away, it's a huge thing. We beat Chelsea home and away as well. That's another huge step. You feel me? We beat Liverpool at home. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, hopefully, next season we could be trying to beat them away. Now, do you get what I'm saying? Actually, go and beat them away and get some points off City as well. Do you get what I'm saying? So those are
Firms, do you
important
reckon
things.
you're winning the league next year?
Me personally, I don't think we'll win the league next season, innit? But
Are you second?
I think we're second, 100%.
Are you closer? Are you like? All right, it was 6 Was it 6 points at the end?
Are you getting over 90 points?
With
That's
teams
the
like Arsenal, with teams like City and Liverpool, Arsenal ain't winning no league.
Me personally, yes, Liverpool have added to what they're doing, but again, me personally, like, don't get me wrong, but I think guys are rating Liverpool too high, bro. I think guys
No. He's talking about the old Liverpool team, though. But
Yeah,
do you think,
I'm talking about
do you think
Liverpool
with
now,
Rice,
bro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like look, I think that Rice, as I've said, is one of the best midfielders that I've ever seen. The quality that Arsenal have, the only place I would say that there's a lack of quality is in your central striking areas.
Yeah.
Like
Yes, I agree.
apart from that, I expect Martinelli to go central at some point, which is why you went for Mudryk.
I thought he was going to do that last season, actually. to be
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, I did as well. Yeah.
But we
Fans
did
were
have faith
asking
in
about that,
Nketiah as
yeah.
well, you feel me? So
I'm a huge fan of Eddie Nketiah.
I like him as well.
He's so strong and he's so compact. He's great. But like with Arsenal next year, because I keep talking about points and like since Alex Ferguson's left United have only broken 81 points once with Mourinho, and I think you need at least 90 points to beat City. Do you think that the Arsenal team are able to do that next year with Rice? Like, not about the quality, but about the performances.
I'm gonna say no, but I don't think City are gonna do that whole 90 points.
Yeah.
That's my thing on it. Do you guys say?
Is that because of
Liverpool will.
the changes?
Yeah, the
Like
changes
losing Gundogan and things.
100%. And me personally, Jamie, I can't like I really disagree, bro. I disagree. Liverpool will do it as well. I fully disagree.
Yeah, but Liverpool
Did you see our form?
No, but I'm saying now,
okay,
form, bro.
It's just a question. It's just a question.
100%. Yeah, I did see your form, bro. But did you see what you finished?
That was with a depleted team, yeah. We went on 11 games. We went on 11 games unbeaten, yeah.
So you think you're gonna get 90 points next season?
I think, yeah.
But City won't.
City might. I never said they won't. City might. It's possible.
Me personally, I'll keep it real, bro. I think guys are rating Liverpool too highly. I don't know if guys are scared of Liverpool because they've done it a couple seasons and that. But me personally, I think guys are rating them too highly, bro. You feel me? I'm still looking at other teams around us as well. You feel me? I'm looking at the Chelsea.
Let me chime into that point, Firms. This specific point with Liverpool and Arsenal. I want to chime to this specific point.
Can I quickly say something first? Oh, never mind.
Go on. Yeah, go on.
You know what? you know James Maddison. James Maddison would have been good at Liverpool. If James Maddison went at Liverpool, he would have cooked at Liverpool. He would have won trophies there, probably. Yeah.
I agree with that,
like
because you wouldn't have had to rely on Trent to be the creator. You would have had someone like Maddison.
Wait, you know what? Put Trent in the midfield as well.
See Maddison, yeah. Madison's good, bro. He's mad injury prone as well. That's what a lot of people
yeah.
He gets injured a lot.
But anyway, let me go back to my point quickly. Yeah.
Doesn't protect the centre of the pitch.
Yeah.
Let me get back to my Liverpool Arsenal point. So I was watching Big Six, and this same conversation came up, innit? And I would love to know you guys' opinions. If someone like Liverpool, so this was the argument, yeah, or this is where the argument kind of was based around. They're saying, look, no one expected Arsenal to do what they did, and they did what they did. Mm-hmm. Someone else countered that and said, okay, but you could see Arsenal's progression, and slowly you've seen them add on. But obviously they still did overachieve because you expected them to be a bit better, but not second place better,
Correct.
Cool. Another point they made was Liverpool have been doing it and they've had one off season. So the argument was, who's to say Arsenal are going to 100% get better? What if Arsenal fall off? But who's to say Liverpool can go back in form? Because they've been coming back in form from bad forms. So I wonder, what's your thoughts on that? Do you definitely think, what's your reason, Firms, firstly, why you think Liverpool might not just come back like they always do? Well, why are you so sure about it? And then Jamie, I want to hear why you think.
Me personally, I felt like there was obviously signs last season. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like teams, and this is one thing I'll say as well. You lot might not agree, but I feel like certain teams started gaining more confidence playing against them. You feel me? And that's not just because of how their team was and how all of these type of things. It happens, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, people will gain confidence playing against them. They'll start to. Liverpool kind of don't really change how they're playing. Obviously, when they start doing the whole Trent thing and that was new. You feel me? But like I said, bro, even when they played us at the Emirates, I was kind of confident at us beating them, bro. That's last season. You feel me? But like I said, I don't think they've made good signings and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like your backline and all of these type of things. I don't know, man. I just feel like you lot could get. People could get at you. That's what I think it is for me personally.
And just to carry on there, before we carry on that point, I'm going to add in BX Gunner's comments. So obviously he says he doesn't see Arsenal players falling off next season. Liverpool have just bolstered their midfield. So we're going to factor in all these points and then we're going to carry on what we're saying. He's saying that obviously he'll be a lot happier if Pep and Harley leave the league. He would say it was very disappointing to lose out, but overall having us back in contention is very positive. It's been ages since we've been exciting. And he says Arsenal's team is coming back hungrier than ever next season. and Arteta's inexperience cost them, in his opinion.
Yeah,
Hopefully
yeah,
he's learned
yeah.
something.
Definitely played a role.
And obviously he thinks the title was in you guys' hands, and you let it slip. So based on that, Firms,
Yeah.
do you still think any of that? Do you agree with him? Do you disagree? And then we're going to go to Jamie.
100%. I'll tell you know, it's like, let's be real. We've known that since he's come to our club that he's learning on the job. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
and obviously there's certain things that I've seen him do that he's learned from, and there's certain things I've seen him do, and he's carried it on. Do you get what I'm saying? Like kind of bad habits kind of thing. You feel me? So
Like, what things?
it's like, cool. You know, that's when he was making like the panic substitutions. Do you get what I'm saying?
Like Old Trafford.
Earlier,
Old
the
Trafford
Old Trafford
was a
one.
mad one. Yeah.
And then later he did. I forgot what game it was. He did it again later in the season. You remember we was talking about Jamie. We was chatting about. I think it wasn't against you.
It was the Man
against
City.
It was the Man City game. Yeah, the Man City game.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like he's panicking. It's like, do you get what I'm saying? So there's obviously small things. Like I said, he's still obviously learning. You feel me? I'm not saying we're gonna go win the Champions League. We're gonna go win the league. You feel me? Like I said, you lot asked me. I said I reckon we could finish around second. You feel me? Second, and hopefully we could push whoever's in first. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, the league's gonna be very different next season, man. I feel like Newcastle are gonna play so good. I think one team we're actually all sleeping on, Newcastle. I think they're gonna come and do a crazy thing next season.
Even with Champions League football.
They're gonna get found out.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing that will be interesting to see how they play in that.
I'd hit Magpies, right? For me, like if I were a Newcastle fan, perish the thought, I would be wanting to win a cup next season about any league place. Is it 1967, the Fairs Cup? It's the last thing that you want?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Newcastle, having, like, in my opinion, you bottled against us in the final. We were there to be taken, but there was too much inexperience. Like St. Maximin was like just spamming skill moves instead of thinking about how to like open the team up.
Newcastle were not putting the Newcastle. I don't want to sound arrogant, but Newcastle were not putting up their best performance. If we were putting up our best performance, we would have won. That's a fact.
Well, like, look, you can ask.
United 2-0.
You could. Well, it's not a fact; it's an opinion.
Yeah,
you can ask like Jamie.
Finals only played once, bro.
No. This is the thing, Firms. Right?
Yeah.
Is that most teams lose their first final and then win the second. Like Man City, Liverpool, Champions League finals and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that Newcastle United team should, instead of being focusing on Champions League football, I think they're going to focus on a cup next year. Like the Carabao Cup is what started Jose off at Chelsea. It's what started Pep off at United. Harvard City. That's a bit of a Freudian slip, isn't it? And hopefully it's what starts Ten Hag off.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
Yeah. But like, I think that Newcastle are not going to be an issue for top four next year. I think it's going to be. I think that Arsenal and
top five
City,
next year, no?
What for United?
Oh, yeah, it's top five
Top
now.
five.
Yeah, I
They've
think it's
changed
top
it,
five.
Champions
The whole
League.
Champions League thing.
Top five.
Top five, yeah.
Are they changing our top
And
five?
we're going to miss out on that. I think it's Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, like in the top five, and then God knows it could be bloody Villa with like Emery.
I think it's Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man U.
In that order.
No,
You don't
not
put
any
Spurs
order.
in.
Not any order.
Put it in order.
Me personally, I think we million
Then
trillion.
it's Liverpool.
percent get top four,
Liverpool
bro.
number one.
And that's nice, Jamie. Going back to your point now, why do you think that Liverpool are going to be different? You know, we've got points that BX Gunner said that you guys have strengthened your midfield. You've got, what's his name?
Szoboszlai.
Sabozo. You've got what's his name? McAllister. You know, what do you think? Why do you think it's going to be different based on your experience, like your opinion?
Like your boy Bath Time says, history is a good indicator of the future. Yeah, Liverpool are the only team next to Man City to accumulate 90+ points more than once. We've even won the thing. Even when everyone wrote us off, we went back and we challenged City. We went for 4 trophies. We played every single game. But the reason why I think we're
So what about us then?
next season.
So what about us then?
Say that again?
So what about us then?
What do you mean in terms of what?
Kind of what basically you said, like history. Everyone writes off. You feel
Yeah,
me?
but you
Like,
lot didn't touch 90 points. I said that as well.
I'm
I
just,
said
I'm
if
just
in
saying, but
order,
I
in
don't think
order
City will
for
touch 90 points next season though.
Yeah, but when they've needed to, they have.
yeah,
That's the point.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that's
the Premier League hasn't looked like what it's going to look like this season coming. It hasn't looked like that.
you
Yeah, but
don't think it's going to be
when we
more.
look back at it, like
Yeah, go on.
when City needed to, like when City were being pushed by Liverpool, which like was unbelievable. It was like, was it 3 months or 4 months, and no one lost a game.
Yeah,
Like that's what it takes to not even to beat City, because they didn't beat City. That's what it takes to challenge City at their top. But what I want to know, Jamie, is you're losing Milner, Henderson, and you've lost Mane
no,
since
Henderson's still
then.
there.
Yeah, but he's not going to be in the first team, is he?
I reckon
Can't
I've
make
heard
that
things
mistake again.
he might do the Trent role. So from centre
What's
mid
the
to
Trent
right
role?
back.
Oh,
So
okay, but
you
you've
know
lost
Trent's doing
a
inverted from right
quarter.
to. So
You've
go
lost a
on.
quarter of that starting experience with with them
Yeah,
three
they wasn't
players.
playing last season anyway. If we're talking about
And
off
Where
the
did you
field,
finish last season? You didn't get
say
near
that again.
90
Arsenal
points.
fans stick together. You know what I mean? Come on, my boy.
What? I didn't catch that.
Sorry, I'm saying that like
Yeah, love man. Come on, BS Gunner.
with the players that you've lost since getting them 90 points, which is
Yeah.
Mane, Milner, and Henderson from the first team, that's a quarter of the experience gone. Like more than actually.
Well,
Like
if we're talking about on the field, yes, but I mean not on the field. Sorry, if we're talking about off the field, then yes. On the field, like I said, Henderson's still there, Thiago's still there, Fabinho's still there, Van Dijk's still there, Robertson's still there. Plus the players that we signed, Sobo, captain for Hungary, McAllister, he's been there, won the World Cup.
it's not Pushkas, bruv. Like it's Hungary.
Hungary.
No, but he was at Leipzig. You know what I mean? Leipzig were challenging for the championship last season in the Bundesliga.
No,
Yeah,
that was
he's-
Dortmund in it, and they bottled it on the last
Yeah,
day
they bought
of the
it last
season.
day. But even McAllister, he's been to the World Cup final. That's the ultimate pressure as a footballer. Plus, like I said, we still got our captains. Robertson's a captain for Scotland.
Wait,
Van Dijk,
you know, I'm
captain.
thinking. Sorry, I'm thinking of a couple of signings Liverpool could sign. This is a bit like fantasy. Like, no, let's make it realistic here. I'm thinking Liverpool could get Osimhen and Goretzka. That could help Liverpool out, in my
No,
opinion.
we don't need another striker.
Bruv, they'd
Yeah,
have to
front
sell
three is done.
Anfield to afford Osimhen.
No, we don't need another striker. We need
Look.
we need a bit more physicality in our midfield.
Hear me out, right? Darwin Núñez
And
is
another
dog
defender.
shit, but Osimhen is
No,
good.
he's not.
No,
Imagine that.
Darwin Núñez is
Darwin
not-
Imagine-
Núñez is a
Núñez
good
is
player.
He's not. Though.
Imagine that.
He's a good player,
Imagine
but I
that.
wish we had him.
Listen,
Hey, you got a
Imagine
Chelsea fan
Jota.
here. What was Drogba's first season like in the Premier League for Chelsea?
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest, mate. It wasn't
How
the
old was
greatest
he?
at all. It was like 20, 22, 23, something
No,
like
he
that.
wasn't.
Yeah.
He was 27. Like
27 in his
yeah,
first
man,
season.
he's the only player I've seen over the age of 26, which is when your brain finishes developing all its connections,
Brain
to
elasticity.
ever become like world class. And everyone went on about his touch. He was in loads of
Yeah.
goal scoring positions. It's
Yeah.
so similar to Darwin Núñez. I fear Darwin Núñez.
I
Like,
mean,
not
I
as
was
much
just
as I
saying-
fear
It's true.
fucking Declan Rice.
That's what I think as well. With us, I think Klopp's going to implement a system where every one of our attackers are thriving.
Well, he
and
has.
And you see, once we click, we can put 7 past the team. We can put 9
Well,
past the team.
Look,
Without-
in my opinion, like I've gone on about how you need to protect the centre of the pitch at all times. Liverpool used to use something called a counter-marking system, which is where people went man for man in the counter press. So when you've got the ball, like you're orientating yourself near a player in case you lose the ball. Now Klopp has gone to the 3-2, like, and he's got Trent inverting in there. Trent is a wonderful football player. Like he's incredible, to be honest. Like and he's not as bad defensively as people make out.
Correct.
He reminds me a bit like Wan-Bissaka. He just has a thought, and he thinks that's well interesting, and then forgets to defend at the back
Concentration,
post.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Wan-Bissaka is definitely a better defender. But yeah.
Well, he's a better defender out wide. I'm not sure about in central areas.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
But like Klopp changed the system at Liverpool, and it led to them being the form team in the Premier League, like more than City, more than Arsenal. I fear Liverpool.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
I think we're
man.
just gonna
I think-
we're gonna piggyback off
Yeah,
that.
go on, Jamie.
Sorry, last
Okay,
bit.
yeah.
I think we're gonna piggyback
go on.
off our form last season, plus a bit more tweaks and obviously better players in the midfield. We're gonna thrive. That's just
So,
my
Jamie,
thinking.
based on that point, let's put you together with Arsenal. So, if you do all those changes and knowing the trajectory Arsenal are in, because you said history as well, so they've kind of made history in a sense because of what they did last season, if that counts.
Yeah.
But do you toe to toe? Do you think you can now combat this Arsenal team if they still go on the same trajectory that if they still carry on progressing?
Yes, I'll say that because they narrowly beat us at Emirates, and the second half of that Anfield game, we were all over them, and that's not even like the best Liverpool that we saw.
Yeah.
The Arsenal were only missing Saliba.
So now, let's say Saliba's fit. They've got Declan Rice in their squad now. They've got Havertz. They've got Timber. Do you see that maybe that game might be different?
Yeah and no, because we got McAllister and we got Zobo as well. So our midfield completely different as well. So I'm not too sure.
So I think
I'll
based on that,
I'll always back us at Anfield though.
Yeah.
So
I think it's gonna be an interesting game. We're gonna lock off in about less than 10 minutes, people. Big up the people still in the chat. If you're still in the chat, please like the video. I appreciate everyone that's new and that's subscribed. Big up BX Gunner.
Not gonna lie, a big
81.
reason why Arsenal came second is because they have a young squad. If you have a young squad, they have a lot of hunger, so you can develop them into really good players.
you can
And
go both ways.
Yeah.
yeah, man. Like
And they get a master.
It's gonna be interesting, man.
young
gonna be
squads can be
interesting.
good. Jurgen Klopp had a young Dortmund squad and 2 Bundesligas, 1 UCL final. They came second in the Champions League, man.
German Cup
So
as
did
well.
Pochettino. Like it's
So,
like,
like-
the Premier League's a different beast.
Like,
Then again, Klopp's Dortmund nearly got relegated the season after that. So yeah,
like Borussia Dortmund, they were a young squad, and because they were a young squad, they had so much potential. So
Didn't
they
they
could
sell,
also
like,
develop into
Lewandowski?
amazing players.
They sold Lewandowski.
he went on a free. He went on a free.
Yeah, and Goetze.
Okay, yeah, but so they lost Lewandowski. Did they lose?
Goetze.
They left Goetze like 2 seasons after.
Who was that Japanese lad that we had?
Kagawa.
Kagawa.
Yeah, did they lose Kagawa and not Mkhitaryan?
Yeah,
lost
no, they lost
someone else.
Mkhitaryan as well.
Yeah,
lost
yeah,
Hummels.
okay. Like they basically just fed the opposition like the best players
Exactly.
and
Yeah,
sold
yeah.
the other ones.
I can't lie, Dortmund were a bit of a feeder club back then.
They
Yeah,
still
they're
Like
are.
even
They still
now,
are, they still are.
yeah, they still are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the one thing that worries me about Arsenal is that they've turned into a big boy in the transfer market. Like
That's
last
what
year,
Fabs was talking about.
yeah, Martinez. Like, you know, you lot went in for him first. No idea where you'd have played him. You can't have him and Ben White and centre of midfield and centre of defence. But now you've got Timber, you've got Rice. Like Man City weren't able to get a sniff at Rice. Arsenal are big boys now, and they represent a problem for the future.
Yeah, 100%.
And that goes to my last question now, as you can see at the bottom. So what are our expectations? I want to know what everyone thinks as firms. I want to know your expectations for Arsenal. I think you've said it briefly, but let's go over and let's finalize. What's our expectations for someone like Arsenal based on how much they've spent? Liverpool bolstering their midfield. What does everyone else think Liverpool are going to do? And also other teams like Chelsea and stuff. What are we thinking now they've got a new manager? But let's start with Arsenal anyway. What's the expectations, Jamie?
I I said minimum they're taking Man City to the last day of the season,
Oh yeah, you
and
said it right. You said it. Yeah.
and they need to accumulate over 90 points.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Renz? BX
Um,
Gunner says top 4 in a trophy.
I'd
Yeah.
probably go with the same thing still, like top 4 and either like Carabao Cup. Maybe I can see Arsenal doing a little double, like doing a little domestic double, getting either the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, or the FA Cup in the league, and then at least get into like the quarters of the Champions League or something, quarters round of 16 or the Champions League.
What about you, Bath Time?
For Arsenal and Liverpool, I think that
Yeah.
I think Arsenal need the trophy. So like, I think they might go. The best one to go for hard is Carabao Cup because it's the earliest one you can win. I expect Arsenal to be top 4 and maybe not get second. I expect Liverpool to be it's top 5 now, isn't it? I expect United to finish 5th with our current squad, and I think City, with their experience, win the title. And I expect Newcastle, unfortunately, Magpies, to finish about 7th or 8th.
And that goes on to my next point as well. Well, actually, Renz, what's your expectations for Arsenal and Chelsea and Liverpool? And then I'm going to go on to who we're sleeping on. Who do we think is going to be like a sly team that we didn't expect to challenge or be where they are? Like be high. What team
Dark
might
horse.
be higher than we expect? Yeah, the dark horse.
So what's our underdog basically in the whole
but
league?
go on first with what your expectations. Did you say your expectations? Am I missing it?
Yeah,
I'm
I
getting
said for
tired right
Arsenal.
now.
You didn't ask Magpies.
Okay, yeah, Magpies. Yeah, go on. You go on.
My predictions for Newcastle is top 4, and for Champions League it really depends, because if we get AC Milan, Real Madrid, and Bayern as our group, we're gonna be finishing 4th. But if we get
I broke it real.
Yeah.
but if we get teams like Bruges, I don't know, Bruges and a bunch of other like average teams, we're going to be finishing 1st in our group. Bruges, Porto, and another team will be finishing 1st, and I'm thinking we'll get to a quarter final. That's a prediction I have. We'll get to a Champions League quarter final
Aston
and we'll
Villa.
lose to a team like Madrid, Barcelona, or Bayern. Yeah, we'll lose in the quarterfinals. That's my prediction for Newcastle and top
BX
4.
Gunner is saying that Aston Villa may surprise. You know.
I could. You know what? I could see that happening. I could see that happening,
Yeah.
but then again, I can see everyone clocking them on.
Nah, Emery's going to go all out for a cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty well. They're in the European League as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
They made it to the Europa.
That's Emery's first love.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, like they're going all out for a cup, fella.
That's a possibility. They could actually win that.
Next season's gonna be so interesting. It's so mad, man.
It will be.
It's crazy, and the transfer window's not even over. So even for teams like United, I just hope we even get players like Amrabat and we get improvements to the midfield. You know, because other teams are not playing. You know, or Onana looks like it's gonna go over the line as well. So as much as there may be teething problems, there's going to be a transformation in terms of the confidence we play out from the back. Hopefully, if we can combine his confidence and the way Martinez plays up from the back, Varane, Luke Shaw and whatnot. I'm obviously
Varane playing out from the back.
Yeah, I don't think Varane's that bad,
He's
you know.
dreadful.
He runs a bit awkward. He runs awkward, but
dreadful.
I feel like I don't think he's that bad. I know he's not the best, but I don't think he's that bad.
He just runs up to the first line of pressure. Like,
I just think, do you know what it is with Varane, Bath Time, yeah?
defend.
I think with Varane, he's confident in going forward, but no one helps him. And then he has to turn around and pass it back. If we start...
no one helps him?
no one comes to support. No one comes
He's
to.
got 10
into
other
any
professional football players on the pitch.
Exactly, but if our defense is so far from our midfield, and no one, and when we're disjointed, when Varane's trying to run forward and no one's coming to support him,
No,
what does he do? He has to turn around. You know.
Well, like, look, when you look at the difference in like Maguire and Lindelof in the team over like Varane, they try and break lines with the passing through the first three pressure, three opposition players. What Varane does is Varane carries the ball up to that line, which means that other teams can narrow against us. Like I'm telling you right now, this time next year, the big agendas will be about Varane and Casemiro. Casemiro, his lack of pace and going to ground, and Varane, his inability to break lines. The same way that last year it was De Gea. Yeah, I mean, like, look, Leeds bloody did him. Like, Maguire had to come in.
I see that. I don't think he's that. I get it, though. I get it. You're
not
right.
Gonna lie,
right,
Varane's a very good defender. United are a bit lucky to get someone like him.
Yeah. I get you, Bath Time. He's more defensively sound than running forward. But I don't think there's times I've seen him try, man. But I get where you're going. Yeah. But I'm just talking like he's in general. Good player,
and I'm glad he's in the team.
Us going forward in general, I think it's just going to be better anyway. Once we have,
I don't know if he plays, if he carries on with that 3-1 diamond. It doesn't matter how good the keeper is when you move into second phase play. There's not enough men in the centre of the pitch.
We need a collector, man. We need a De Jong. We need a De Jong badly. We need a De Jong, man.
We need Mount, who's press resistant.
Someone was telling me that
Mount's
they think
so far up the pitch.
Someone was telling me that they think Ten Hag's going to try and make Mount that, but I just don't see how that works. You know, I don't know, man. He's not good on the ball like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Bath-time, do you think Mount is press resistant?
I haven't seen enough of him to comment on that, but my initial thought is because he's not involved in like first or second phase play. No.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I don't know what press resistant means to like the hoi polloi and stuff like that, but like
think of a player like Busquets, who anytime he's under pressure, he's cool, calm, and collected. He always finds the pass. His first touch is always on point.
Yeah, I mean, but you're talking about one of Europe's best ever midfielders. Like, it's like saying, like, do you think he's clinical? Like, let's talk about Ian Rush.
All right, think about Rodri for Man City. He's press resistant.
Well, yeah, but is he? Because it's actually the work of the players around him that gives him that space. Like, these are professional Premier League footballers. They've all got a good touch and they can all deal with like pressure and stuff. It's more about the work that's done around them to offer that passing lane. Like, look, when you play in defensive midfield, like, your fullbacks are not allowed to get ahead of you. Why? Because when they get ahead of you, the pass out to them is much harder when you angle your foot out that way. So sometimes when people say a player is press resistant or isn't press resistant, it's actually the result of their teammates around them being out of position or being in position.
So doesn't that back my point, Bath Time, with Varane then? If we the players around him start helping him create lanes, isn't that the same point that I made?
No, because Varane's got the opportunity to pass those lanes. Like, Dalot constantly makes that out to in run. Like, Anthony is obviously providing width and stuff like that, but Varane doesn't. I'm not saying doesn't have the technique, but he doesn't consistently play those balls through him. When we saw Lindelof,
he's not consistent.
We saw him consistently playing those balls, which would lead me to make the argument that Varane doesn't have the technical requisite that the other players in that squad have to make those passes. Instead, he just runs up the pitch like, I don't know, like what runs a lot. He runs up the pitch like my fucking dog when he's chasing a bone instead of thinking about like passing the ball out.
It's like he's running aimlessly, kind of thing.
Well, he's just like he sees a wall and he runs at it. It's like Don Quixote charging at windmills.
Fair enough.
Listen, we're gonna wrap it up.
Literary reference for you.
Listen, what I think. We're going to wrap it up here. Obviously, thank you for everyone that's still in the chat. I tried to do another spontaneous live. You know, I'm trying a bit more random lives and planned lives as well. Because yesterday's one, I got forwarded from Flawless's chat and I had a lot of people in there. So Big up the people that have newly subscribed. Big up the returning subscribers. Big up the people that have liked the video. We've got a few likes as well. I'm very happy about that. So I'm going to plan a bit more, see how that goes, and I'm going to do a bit more spontaneous. But listen, if you haven't already, leave a like in the chat, please, man. I need the likes. You know, like Flawless says, like check 1 2 1 2. You feel me? I need some likes. If you haven't already subscribed, please. And as always, tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah. Obviously, you've got people like BX Gunner. He's enjoying the chat while he's enjoying listening to our debate while he's going to work as well. So big up BX Gunner and Gunner. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Yeah. Listen, we're gonna do more of these as well. Rival talks, United talks, and we've got other talks as well, talking about relationships and life, and we're gonna start talking about music and stuff as well. We've got a lot there. What do you say? Yeah, the red pill, blue pill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Mandem, obviously after I close out, stay in the chat and then we'll have a little breakdown after anyway. But listen, people, thank you so much. Whoever's still here, leave a like on the way out. I appreciate you guys, man. Peace.
Peace.
Hey, I swear firms and rents pattern this.